My name is Fahad Manjwani. As you know, I have been looking to visualize the emotional state of a city using Twitter data and natural language processing. Here is my dashboard thus far. The overall dashboard shows the emotional state of the city. The top part shows how a city is doing over a period of time. In this case, we have two cities, Boston and Houston, and how they're doing over a period of 1 p.m. to 1:30 p.m. on May 10th. The bottom part shows more details on the tweets and allows you to dig deeper. A user can select a certain city, let's say only Boston, and view the data for that, or just Houston, or all the cities in the database. The trend line in the top part shows if the city is doing positive or negative in terms of emotions. You can see that at 105, the aggregate weighted sentimental score of Boston was a positive 0.3, versus at 1:07 p.m., it was a negative. A user can click on this and find more details. A user can click on another point and find details for that point as well. A user can change the sentimental score. So let's say if I only want to view it for the neutral data, I can change my range and find tweets that are only neutral. A user can then go down and click into the details of a tweet. So let's say over here. This tweet says, remember when you first started driving and everything was scary? Now you're 80, putting salsa on your taco. This got a sentiment score of 0.8. Let's look at a negative one. Will the law answer the president or the president to the law? This is not a drill. In negative 0.7. And as you can see the original tweet as well as the score. This is only the first prototype. At the second step, you can dig deeper. For example, one could go into 118 and see, well, there's something wonky going in Boston. It's pretty negative. And then only look at the negative tweets. And using further machine learning processes, be able to annotate these tweets, cluster these tweets, figure out, is there a combining issue going on in the city at that point? Making this was an effort in mining Twitter data, running a natural language processing algorithm on that data, and finally creating a dashboard. The data was collected from Twitter using TweetP and several other helping tools. The Twitter API helped. The data was collected by place, a unique ID string to account for retweets, what time it was created, and then a clean tweet text. When a tweet is generated, it is not naturally conducive to running machine learning algorithms on, so this tweet had to be cleaned per my discretion for special characters, for repetitive words, for the URL, or RT as the retweet acronym, and several other pieces. Then it was written down into a CSV file, which the Google sentiment analysis algorithm then picked up. It used that file, Twitter data clean tweet text file, and read it line by line to run sentiment analysis on. I ran it line by line because languages such as French, German are currently not supported by sentiment analysis, and they would throw errors, and reading it line by line, making it iterable, allowed me to debug the code and find those tweets within the thousands that I had in my dataset. And then finally, they were pulled into the Twitter dashboard that you saw. There were two hiccups that I ran into. The first one was around natural language processing, and the second was around the automation of data collection and analyzing that data, and storing that data. In terms of the natural language processing, you may remember that I was trying to find multiple emotional states of a tweet. Was it angry? Was it joyous? I trained a model using a training data. However, it didn't really work as I'd hoped. So for example, let's look at this tweet. It says, "This sucks." The model thinks that it is mostly joyous. Or, "Hello world, I'm super excited." There's some anger in it thinks it's 70% ad, 30% joyous. And it's probably because of the training data set that I provided. The second part of my issue was around automation of data. The tweets came, I had to create multiple CSV and text files, as well, multiple CSV text and Excel files for different parts of this process. CSV was where everything was stored in columns. Text is what the Google API could read, and the Excel one is what the Tableau dashboard could read. And all of this, the movement between these was somewhat manual. Overall, this was an extremely fun and challenging project for me. Not only did I get to sharpen my Python skills, I also learned about TweetP and mining Twitter data, all the attributes of a tweet, how to clean a tweet, parse a tweet, open a file and feed data into a file. I also learned how to use Google's sentiment analysis, which was extremely fun. This gave me a better understanding of machine learning and how it works, and just the amount of information there's out there right now for an average Joe to get up to speed on this topic. And I also got to play in Tableau, which is really fun and powerful. Thank you.